Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III and the proud author of my new book, Toxic Family. Let me ask you a question. What comes to your mind when you hear toxic family? Well, I can tell you what I know. Toxic family is anything that is hurting you emotionally, mentally, even physically, that holds you back, that prevents you from the freedom that is necessary mentally and emotionally to move forward and live a healthy, peaceful, and prosperous life. The brutal data points to that the majority of the hurt that we're going to experience in life is going to come from someone who was supposed to love us. We're at this period in history where everybody has to evaluate family relationships. Being in the business for over 30 plus years, it has been a consistent theme. The breakdown that's occurring in society is family. The breakdown that's occurring in schools is family. There is a lot of confusion and corruption when it comes to family, and it's toxic. If you've been fortunate and your family's intact and your family has been a support system to move you forward and encourage your happiness, you are blessed. And let me tell you something, you're becoming the minority. So now for the percentage of us that's left over, we're going to have to learn how to manage toxic family. We're going to have to learn how to identify it, what it is, what it's not, and how to decide how we build relationships moving forward. When you think about the majority of the trauma that is going through the world right now, we're talking about uh, death of loved ones, losing people you love. You look at a lot of toxic families. When someone dies, when you see an implosion, you see fighting during the funeral period, people stealing from one another, separations and factions in the family, that's toxic. When you see the mom and dad who have, they can't even talk, they're not friends. And let me tell you something about that. Here's the deal. In toxic culture, what we're telling people is, okay, because we have a kid together, that means we have to work together. Well, nothing, contrary, people. There's nothing further from the truth. What's happening in toxic culture is the relationship violations are so vile, I actually hurt myself to attempt to work with you in the theory of the family, our kid. So what happens is toxic family is anything that actually hurts you. People, we are learning some horrible ideas that is very destructive to our mental health, our emotional health, and ultimately our children. When a kid knows their parents don't like each other and actually hate each other, never heard their parents say a good word about the other one, it does have an impact on the kid. So anybody that's trying to tell us, these goofy people, you have to work together. There are people that have no business trying to work together, right? And that is what creates a toxic environment. That's why you have all this poison out here. Just this past holiday season, there was a site on Social Face, that's what I call social media, on Social Book, where it was actually sending all the videos of the family fights that occurred during the season. Toxic family is real. We need better guidance, better advisement, things going on in the family. Did you know the percentages, the large percentages of sexual abuse comes from someone you know, typically family? Introduction to drug use that's harmful and destructive comes from family. Unstable housing, custody battles, uh, separation of the family, seeing families implode, violence is coming from within the family. In this book, Toxic Family, I break down some very fundamental things that I believe will assist us in living a more healthy and productive life. In the Toxic Family book, I spend some very detailed time talking about what family is and what family's not. What are the signs of toxic family? What is the impact of trauma on our families? So many families have so many layers of trauma, we're used to it. And so abusive culture within our family is normal. That's toxic. The way you treat people like crap, abuse your family and say, well, you know, I love you more than anybody. Go out of your way to try to hurt the other the other parent in a situation because of a divorce, a separation, or we are not ever going to be friends. But you want to try to dog walk the other parent, dog walk the father, dog walk the mother, but you think you're promoting what's best interest for the child. That's foolishness. That's what we talk about in the book. You know, identifying what toxic parents look like. Do you know how many people the person's hurting them worse today in 2024, 25? It's the parent in their head. Why is holiday season so depressing for people? It is the horrible dynamics within their family. That's what we talk about in the book. How do you go about disconnecting from a toxic family member, toxic parents, toxic siblings? We talk about in this book, it's a revisit of what I talked about 20 years ago, daddy issues, revisiting mama issues, and now looking at some new occurring trends that I found. They're called sibling issues, grandparent issues, and then most importantly, how to overcome a toxic family. Actually teach you how to mind your own business. Here's the thing that's the best thing about this book. It's just the cost of a book, $20, right? But what you get with this book once you make the purchase is I will give you access to my family, toxic family, overcoming a toxic family video training, which will allow you to start doing more, getting more knowledge and understanding in how you can create a non-toxic environment within your family. Brutal reality is many of the families we were born in, with our parents and our siblings, those families are completely toxic. They're very, there's no truth in there. There's public abuse, private abuse, sexual abuse in those families. And then there's competition within the siblings. We can't get along. And that creates so much oppression when we go off to start our own family. Now we have compounded, extended family trauma that I brought to my family. Now I'm having the same problems that I grew up with. That's toxic. I wrote the book for you. The book, once you get the book, you get the access to the courses that allow you, just the same way you watch those videos on Social Book, you can watch these video trainings and get some precious insight and guidance to help guide you through some of the toughest family issues that people are facing today. Get your copy of Toxic Family today and gain access into our video training series that comes with the book absolutely free. It is time. If you are a person that's seeking freedom, if you're a person that's seeking peace, if you're a person that's tired of having your holidays ruined and you're hating to be around people and you're so stressed out about Christmas or Thanksgiving or the 4th of July, I don't want to be around those people. Toxic family is likely operating in your life and you need some understanding, because this is what people do. What they say is, well, I just avoid them. Hey, I just don't go around. And folks, what typically happens to the average person, they stay away from their family for a little while. Something happens, they get broke down, they come back together. They're right back in the toxic rat hole, going down, losing health, losing sleep, and walking around with hurt feelings and creating toxic relationships with their own children. No good. It's time to get help. If that's you, you just want better, you want more understanding, and you're tired of this book is for you. And the video training that's absolutely free after your purchase is for you. I wrote it for you. I've been able to deal with toxic family in my life, and I've learned a lot about it. But the best part about my life, I've been able to talk to hundreds of thousands of people over my journey about understanding the dynamics of daddy issues, mama issues, and now some of the new pieces I have, sibling issues, grandparent issues. This stuff is real. You need help. I believe this is a great tool in your journey to freedom. Get your copy today. I'm Dr. Jackson. I'll see you in class.